Should you be allowed to dictate what crew members do and don't do because maybe it makes you feel uneasy? Should cruise ships allow you to bring stray dogs on board the ship? And should a cruise line threaten a foreign country because they make a rule that you don't like? Yep, you know it. It is once again time for what every cruiser wants. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. And I have 3 new comments for you today for what every cruiser wants. And look, I understand why some of these people write in their comments, but the way they write them in, how they say things, and some of the crazy things that they suggest, and some of the things that they think are so far outside of the box, I'm not real sure I always understand where they're coming from. But let's take a look at these comments. That way you guys can decide for yourselves. Now, first up, we have a comment about crew members wearing masks. Now, crew members still have the option to wear a mask on board the ship if they desire to do so. Now, they are around all different passengers all the time, sometime in close proximity, in the dining rooms, bar service areas, places like that. And a crew member may simply feel safer wearing a mask. But according to this comment, they should not be allowed to do so because it made them feel uneasy. I remain unvaccinated, so this was our first no restrictions Carnival cruise on Panorama. We both had no problems and did not exercise any extra precautions. My question though, most staff were not masked, but our wait team did, and it made us all at the table feel very uneasy, like they were hiding something from us all. This, and they were very hard to understand with not speaking good English and now wearing a mask. I asked the senior waiter why he was wearing a mask. He just laughed it off, never gave me a truthful answer. I am asking the company ambassador to provide the truth to this. Crews should not be allowed to wear masks, period. So they chose not to exercise any precautions. That's their choice. That's their business. But the wait staff did choose to take some precautions. The wait staff did wear their masks, but it made them feel uneasy. They must have been hiding something. They couldn't have possibly been only trying to protect themselves. Remember, this is a section of the ship, your wait staff, that relies on tips. And if they get put into quarantine because they've gotten sick, they don't get those tips. So maybe they take a little extra precaution to make sure they can keep working, but because it makes you feel uneasy, they should absolutely not be allowed to do it. Sounds a little bit like some entitlement to me. I don't want to do it, so nobody should be allowed to do it because I don't like it. But hey, you guys let me know what you think. Should the crew members be allowed to wear them if they feel like they need to? Or should they be told they absolutely can't? Me personally, I'm fine if the crew member wears it. If it keeps him working, keeps him paying his bills, and that's what he wants to do, I personally think that's his business, but I don't speak for everyone. Now, I completely understand the love of animals. I completely understand the love of dogs. I have dogs. Absolutely love my dogs. But at no point in time do I believe that they should be taken on board a cruise ship, much less if I find a stray dog, I should be allowed to take it on board the cruise ship. I think there's other options, and possibly other options that this person should have considered. I was told to write to you. I am a huge dog lover, and my current dog is adopted. I will only ever adopt a pet because I feel like it is the only right thing to do in today's society. I was so upset this week to be on one of your cruises to the point of crying real tears when I saw so many stray dogs and cats as well roaming the streets of San Juan. One dog was limping and he had a weeping cut on his front paw. I picked up the poor thing and tried to bring it onto the ship so the medical staff could do something. I was refused entrance. I begged the ship's security to call for a veterinary doctor, but again had that door slammed rudely in my face. Why would Carnival send us somewhere on our cruise that has such horrible things to see? Maybe Carnival should contribute some serious money to opening a shelter for this poor creature. Everyone I have told this story to is saying Carnival should have done something. Again, I love dogs. I love my dogs. I don't like to see stray dogs. But exactly what was Carnival supposed to do with this stray dog? You can't just bring a stray dog onto the ship. You can't take it to the medical center. First of all, they're not veterinarians. So I'm not real sure what you expected Carnival to do or what you would expect Carnival to do in the future. These ships go to a lot of places where you're going to see stray dogs, stray animals. You're going to see poor people. These are just some of the things that you will see no matter where you travel in the world. But I'm sorry, you can't bring a stray dog onto a cruise ship and take it to the medical center. That's insane. But you guys let me know what you think. Should the cruise ship allow people to bring stray dogs on and take them to the medical center for medical treatment? Or should she have possibly taken it somewhere in town to a local veterinarian in town if she was that concerned and have the dog treated? You guys let me know what you think about stray animals being allowed on cruise ships. So you may know or you may not know, but Mexico has recently passed a new anti-smoking law. Basically says you're not supposed to be smoking in public anymore, public places, public locations. And I understand that not everybody is extremely happy with this change. But do you think if the cruise lines threatens that country, the cruise lines have that kind of power, that it's going to change the mind of the country that you're going to visit? And do you really believe that Carnival would stop visiting, let's say Mexico in this case, because that's what we're talking about? Would Carnival stop visiting Mexico, or any cruise line stop visiting Mexico over something as simple as a smoking law? Normal people would say, hey, no, they're not going to do that. But this person believes that's exactly what Carnival should do. This blank, absurd smoking rule in Mexico should result in Carnival protecting its paying customers. Carnival should retaliate by canceling all Mexican ports now. There are many questions that you have failed to answer, and that means you have failed your paying customers. Does the ship count as a hotel while in port? Is Carnival going to stop us smoking when we are in Cozumel, for example? What happens now if you are getting fuel for the ship? Where are we supposed to smoke now if we cannot go to the pier and to the bars to smoke? Carnival should open the casino then for its smokers. On the blank page, we have all written an open letter to you and to Christine Duffy. We want Carnival to threaten the Mexican government to stop docking their ships there if this ban is not lifted. You should assume that you will lose many paying customers if you do not. This includes those of us who vape. There are millions of us that do that. This has to change for your sake. Now, I completely understand that not everybody likes a rule change. I completely understand that not everybody likes a law change. I'm sure when you had to stop smoking, let's say in airports, people were upset. I'm sure when you could no longer smoke on an airplane, people got upset. But does anybody believe that Carnival is sitting there right now, or any cruise line sitting around there going, oh my God, if we must threaten Mexico, we must stop sailing to Mexico immediately over this smoking ban because there's a Facebook page that says we should threaten them immediately? Or do you think that, look, laws are going to change, rules are going to change, and as cruisers, whether we like them or we dislike them, if we want to continue to cruise, we simply got to go along with them. We simply have to follow the rules in order to keep enjoying what we're enjoying, especially when this rule is a law created in a foreign country that the cruise lines have absolutely no control over. But you guys let me know what you think. Should the cruise lines threaten to stop going to Mexico altogether? Should they hop on the phone and start threatening the Mexican government? Do you believe that is going to change the law in Mexico? Or do you think as cruisers, we simply have to adapt to the situations that we are given in order to keep enjoying our cruise vacations? You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. And that's going to be our video today for what every cruiser wants. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.